Hello everyone, thank you for being here and welcome to lesson number 45 of A Course in Miracles. God is the mind with which I think. Today's idea holds the key to what your real thoughts are. They are nothing that you think, just as nothing that you think you see is related to vision in any way. There is no relationship between what is real and what you think is real. Nothing that you think are your real thoughts resemble your thoughts in any respect. Nothing that you think you see bears any resemblance to what vision will show you. You think with the mind of God, therefore you share your thoughts with Him as He shares His with you. They are the same thoughts because they are thought by the same mind. To share is to make alike or to make one. Nor do the thoughts you think with the mind of God leave your mind, because thoughts do not leave their source. Therefore, your thoughts are in the mind of God, as you are. They are in your mind as well, where He is. As you are part of His mind, so are your thoughts part of His mind. Where, then, are your real thoughts? Today we will attempt to reach them. We will have to look for them in your mind, because that is where they are. They must still be there, because they cannot have left their source. What is thought by the mind of God is eternal, being part of creation. Our 3 5-minute practice periods for today will take the same general form that we used in applying yesterday's idea. We will attempt to leave the unreal and seek for the real. We will deny the world in favor of truth. We will not let the thoughts of the world hold us back. We will not let the beliefs of the world tell us that what God would have us do is impossible. Instead, we will try to recognize that only what God would have us do is possible. We will also try to understand that only what God would have us do is what we want to do. And we will also try to remember that we cannot fail in doing what He would have us do. There is every reason to feel confident that we will succeed today. It is the will of God. Begin the exercises for today by repeating the idea to yourself, closing your eyes as you do so. Then spend a fairly short period in thinking a few relevant thoughts of your own, keeping the idea in mind. After you have added some 4 or 5 thoughts of your own to the idea, repeat it again and tell yourself gently, "My real thoughts are in my mind. I would like to find them." Then try to go past all the unreal thoughts that cover the truth in your mind and reach to the eternal. Under all the senseless thoughts and mad ideas with which you have cluttered up your mind are the thoughts that you thought with God in the beginning. They are there in your mind now, completely unchanged. They will always be in your mind, exactly as they always were. Everything you have thought since then will change, but the foundation on which it rests is wholly changeless. It is this foundation toward which the exercises for today are directed. Here is your mind joined with the mind of God. Here are your thoughts one with His. For this kind of practice, only one thing is necessary. Approach it as you would an altar dedicated in heaven to God the Father and to God the Son. For such is the place you are trying to reach. You will probably be unable as yet to realize how high you are trying to go. Yet even with the little understanding you have already gained, you should be able to remind yourself that this is no idle game, but an exercise in holiness and an attempt to reach the kingdom of heaven. In the shorter exercise periods for today, try to remember how important it is to you to understand the holiness of the mind that thinks with God. Take a minute or two as you repeat the idea throughout the day to appreciate your mind's holiness. Stand aside, however briefly, from all thoughts that are unworthy of Him, whose host you are, and thank Him for the thoughts He is thinking with you. Okay, that is lesson number 45 of A Course in Miracles. God is the mind with which I think. Absolutely, and that's because there's only one mind, only one observer. And of course, God's thoughts are diametrically different than the ego's thoughts. Because as this lesson reads, God's thoughts are nothing that you think, just as nothing that you think you see is related to vision in any way. And that's why a little further down it also reads that nothing that you think are your real thoughts resemble your real thoughts in any respect. Nothing that you think you see bears any resemblance to what vision will show you. And I wanted to focus on this part of the lesson because these words are truly the foundation of truth, which is to realize that nothing but stillness, nothing but silence, nothing but peace is what constitutes the pristine mind of the Eternal. And nothing else exists apart from it, because the immaculate mind of God happens to be the source of life itself. And so, if nothing is the foundation of truth, nothing being the source of life itself, then what is its opposite? Images. Transient images that appear and disappear. Images that are born and die in time, just like our thoughts, which appear and disappear too. But what remains when things disappear? What remains when thoughts disappear? Well, nothing remains. Nothing being the unseen, invisible presence of spirit. And can spirit be threatened? Can the unseen be destroyed? It can't. But images can be destroyed. And that's the fundamental difference between God's thoughts and the ego's thoughts. In that the ego mind thinks about the perishable, while God simply is. But the ego mind never happened. And so that means that God is the only mind with which we all think with, because there's no alternate. I hope you enjoyed practicing lesson number 45. Please let me know if you have any questions, and see you tomorrow for lesson number 46. Have a wonderful day. Bye.